Hello, friends. If you want your family to never face financial problems, you should have two things. Number one, life insurance, and number two, health insurance. Life insurance policy will help you, your family, when you are no longer there in this world, whereas the health insurance policy will be beneficial when you are admitted in a hospital. The biggest problem of a health insurance policy is that one policy does not cover all the diseases. There are various health insurance policies in the market. It is very hard to understand them and buy an essential health insurance policy. Buying health insurance policy is a challenging task. Friends, in this video, I will tell you three things about health insurance. Number one, which health insurance plan is right for you? Number two, 10 things that you must take care of before taking a health insurance policy. And number three, which company you should buy a health insurance policy. I promise that in this video you will get to know a lot of things related to buying a good health insurance policy, and this will help you get a good health insurance policy for yourself. Now, first of all, let's see what are the plans available related to health insurance. I have segregated these plans into three groups, and number one is critical illness plan. Our lifestyle, food habits, working culture has changed a lot. The food we eat is most of the time is contaminated. The air we breathe is also polluted. The water we drink is also not pure. These all affect our health. People these days are exposed to various serious health problems like kidney problems, heart problem, liver problem, brain tumors, diabetes, hypertension, etc. Treatment of these health problems is very costly and it can drain your entire savings. It may force you to sell your houses, ornaments, and other valuable things. To safeguard you from these costly treatments, the critical illness is introduced. These critical illness plans cover various diseases like cancer, heart problem, kidney problem, liver problem, etc. etc. If you have taken critical illness cover and you are diagnosed with one of the specific illnesses on a predetermined list as a part of an insurance policy, lump sum cash payment up to sum insured is given by the insurance company. But the best thing here is that you do not have to show any kind of bills. You only have to produce the evidence of diagnosis of the disease. Now, when you get the entire sum assured in one go, you can get treatment in a good hospital without any kind of financial restrictions. You can take critical illness plan with any term life insurance plan. You can also take it separately as health insurance. When you take it with the term insurance, then its premium is fixed for the entire policy period. However, when you take it as health insurance, then its premium keeps changing periodically. So it is always cheaper when you buy it as a rider with health insurance. So I will recommend that you must take it as a rider with term insurance. Before buying a term plan, always check buying this critical illness plan, always check which serious diseases are included in the plan and which diseases are excluded. You should also check that at which stage the insurance company will consider the disease as critical. Some insurance companies do not consider cancer of stage 1 as critical illness. The list of diseases included in the policy is very technical, So you can consult with your family doctor and find out if the list is okay as per your requirement. Now we talk about the second most important health insurance plan, and that is accidental insurance plan. An accident insurance policy covers loss of life or disability resulting due to accidental damage. Nowadays, we are living in the machine era, and the chances of being an accident are very high. The accident may result into permanent disability, loss of job, long bed rest, regular expenditure of medicines and doctors, etc. So, personal accident insurance policy provides complete financial protection to the insured members against uncertainties such as accidental death, accidental bodily injuries, and partial total disabilities, permanent as well as temporary disabilities resulting from an accident. In the case of accidental death of the policyholder, the nominee gets 100% compensation from the insurer. There are various other compensations that are offered for accidental disabilities such as loss of eyes, limbs, and speech. Now let's talk about the third most important type, which is traditional health insurance and Mediclaim policy. As we saw, the critical illness is only for serious diseases. You can get the benefit of accident policy only when you have an accident. Apart from this, due to many different diseases, you also have to get admitted in the hospital. Therefore, you have to take a separate health insurance policy for these diseases, which is a traditional health insurance policy. If you have taken this health insurance policy, then you get the full cost of hospitalization. In addition to this, you get a few days expenses before hospitalization, and you will get it for a few days after being relieved from the hospital. An advantage in this policy is that you can buy it for a single person, and you can include your whole family in a policy which is called family floater plan. The premium of traditional health insurance policy is more than the critical illness and accidental cover. So according to me, every person shall have these three plans. You can take these three plans under one policy, or you can buy them separately. If you feel that you cannot afford all these, I will recommend that you should have at least critical illness cover. Now we'll tell you 10 things that you should keep in mind before buying a health insurance policy. The first thing you should have to keep in mind is that which diseases are covered in that policy. You should read the policy document and see what diseases are included in it and which diseases are not included. If there is a doubt, then you can get necessary information by visiting to nearby office of that company. Apart from this, while filing the proposal form of the insurance, you should always provide the necessary information correctly, like your family history, your past medical history, existing diseases, etc. If you have hidden any information, then the insurance company will get an excuse while making the claim settlement that you did not provide that information to them in advance. So, to avoid this mess, tell all the information truthfully. The next thing to note is the pre and post hospitalization expenses. Pre-hospitalization expenses are medical costs incurred by the insured before getting admitted in a hospital. Post-hospitalization expenses are medical costs incurred after discharge from the hospital. Doctors conduct different types of tests like blood tests, urine test, X-ray, sonography, etc. to accurately diagnose the medical condition of a patient before prescribing treatment. These expenses are called pre-hospitalization expenses. After discharging from the hospital, Doctors recommend certain tests to ascertain the progress or recovery of a patient. There are many expenses even before going to the hospital for some diseases, and there are many expenses even after being relieved from the hospital. For example, before going to the hospital, you have to do a lot of tests, you have to do take a lot of medicines, and after coming from the hospitals, you have to do a lot of tests, a lot of medicals. Therefore, apart from hospitalization, there is a lot of costs for pre and post hospital. So while taking the policy, you should keep in mind that how many days of pre and post hospitalization expenses have been included in the policy. Apart from this, which type of expenses have been included in pre and post hospitalization? Generally, insurance companies provide 30 days pre hospitalization and 60 days post hospitalization expenses. Third, next important thing is daycare expenses. If a person is hospitalized for more than 24 hours, only then the insurance companies consider it as hospitalization. If there is less than 24 hours of hospitalization, then they do not consider it as hospitalization. Daycare is the term used to describe treatment procedures that require hospitalization for less than 24 hours. Daycare procedures are surgeries or procedures that no longer require extended periods of hospitalization due to advances in medicine and technology. However, this does not mean they will not drain on the patient's finance. In fact, the cost of these procedures and factoring in medical tests and medications could add up to a large sum of money. When looking for policies that cover daycare procedures, it is advisable to look for ones that cover a broad range of categories instead of one that list specific procedures as the broad categories generally cover a lot more surgeries and procedures. The fourth important thing to note is the waiting period for already existing diseases. There is a waiting period for some specific diseases which are declared by the policyholders at the time of policy purchase. These diseases are known as pre-existing diseases, and the waiting period for such conditions is known as a pre-existing disease waiting period. The pre-existing waiting period usually ranges from 1 year to 4 years of continuous policy coverage. It is essential to read the terms and conditions of the policy of a health insurance policy and pick the plan with a lesser waiting period. It will allow you to avail the benefits of your health insurance policy as soon as policy possible instead of bearing medical expenses from your pocket due to a long waiting period. You should always tell the existing diseases correctly. Don't provide false information. Next important thing is the room rent. Whenever you are admitted to a good hospital, you always want a personal room for yourself. The health insurance policies have a room rent limit. This room rent limit can be a sublimit of your total hospitalization expenses, like a fixed percentage of total bill, or it can be an exclusive limit like rupees 5,000 per day, etc. To check what room rent limit you should take, visit a nearby good hospital in your area and ask them about their room rent. On the basis of this, now you can take care of that limit while buying your policy. Try to get the policy which has exclusive room rent limits or they don't have any cap on room rent. Now, the sixth thing to note is alternative treatment. Alternative treatment means whether it includes homeopathy, Ayurvedic treatment in addition to allopathic treatment. If you believe in homeopathy or Ayurvedic treatment and feel that in future you may have to take homeopathic or Ayurvedic treatment too, then you can take a policy which also cover alternative treatment. The next important thing that comes out is the no claim bonus. We buy health insurance policies, but most of the time we don't have any medical expense during the year. So that year is called no claim year. Insurance companies generally provide bonus for the no claim, and this is called no claim bonus. Some insurance companies will increase your sum assured amount next year without any additional premium, whereas other insurance companies will give you rebate in your next insurance premium. According to me, the company that gives you a discount in premium will be good for you because you have already taken the required sum assured. Additional sum assured will not be of any benefit to you. The eighth important point is renewal age. Renewal age means up to what age you can renew the insurance plan. So always go with policy that has higher renewal age or lifelong renewal. The next important thing is hospital network. The health insurance companies tie up with various hospitals for treatment of their customers. These tie up hospitals are called network hospitals of the insurance company. If the insured person gets treatment from these network hospitals, the treatment will be cashless as the bills are directly settled by the insurance company. But if you get your treatment outside the network hospital, then you have to pay the hospital first. After that, you can file your claim by producing those bills to the insurance company. When you are buying a health insurance policy, check whether the good hospitals in your locality are covered by the company in its network or not. An insurance company may have huge hospital network, but if hospitals in your locality are not covered, then this is of no use to you. The next thing to note is the co-pay clause. This clause means that you will have to pay a pre-decided percentage in the hospital bill that will be made. If there is a clause of 10%, then you are required to pay 10% of the hospital expenses and the rest is paid by the health insurance company. If there is no co-pay clause, then it is best. But if there is co-pay clause, then you have to keep in mind that the lesser co-pay amount, the better the policy is for you. Apart from these, there are many things that should be taken care of before taking a health insurance policy, but these 10 things are most important. Now I'm going to tell you names of the five best health insurance companies in India. These names are according to my personal research. According to me, the top five health insurance companies are Apollo Munich, HDFC Ergo, Star Health, Max Bupa, Religare Health Insurance, and ICICI Lombard. I place these health insurance companies in India's top five health insurance companies. Now, you would like to know my reason behind selecting only these five selected companies based on so the logic that I have used behind this is a 4 point criteria. I have selected these companies based on how much they are able to fit on these four criteria. The criteria which I have taken, the first criteria is the hospital network. So I have selected those companies which have bigger hospital network. The bigger the network, the better it is for cashless settlement. The second criteria is how many policies have been sold by the insurance company. If a health insurance company is doing good work, then its policies will sell more. If that company does not do a good job, then its customers will not buy the policy from them next time. Therefore, if a company is constantly selling its policies, it means that the company is performing well and is a good company. The third criteria that has been kept is in-house claim settlement. In-house claim settlement means the claim settlement process is done by the health insurance company itself and it is not outsourced to a third party. If the claim settlement process is with the third party, then the claim process will be long, very long and messy. The fourth and final criteria that I have placed is the incurred claim ratio. Incurred claim ratio refers to the net claims paid by an insurance company as against the net premiums earned. If an insurance company has collected 100 million from its customer during the period and it had passed insurance claims worth 70 million during the year, then the incurred claim ratio will be 70%. The perfect value of incurred claim ratio ranges from 75% and 90%. If the incurred claim ratio lower, then that means company settles very less claims and rejection of claims will be very high. On the other hand, if the claim ratio is above 90%, that means company will have very less amount for its operational, marketing and other expenses and the company will not survive long. So these are four criteria on the basis of which I have selected those five companies. So friends, from this video, you have come to know all the things related to health insurance policies. I hope you liked this video. This will help you in buying a good health insurance policy. If you like the video, then please share it with your friends, relatives, and if you have any question, suggestion, then do not forget to write your comment in the comment box. If you are not subscriber of this channel, then please subscribe to our channel for various knowledgeable videos. Thanks.